hard to believe that this peaceful flowing Flint River that looks so beautiful on a day like this today would turn into an angry monster and completely devastate this area. On July 3rd, this river looked like it does today, but in 3 days, that was all about to change.
The tropical cyclone for Alberta was an extremely unusual case.
A good period of rain that fell on the city, and just as it looked like it was going to get bad, the rain moved on and went up over Macon. It stalled there and then crept back towards us, and I don't think anybody realized, with the ground being saturated plus the water coming from the Macon area, nobody really realized the effect that it was going to have on the creeks and rivers in the area.
In Lee County, the Muckalee and Kitchafoonie Creeks caught people off guard. No one was ready for the onslaught of water that headed their way. All of the rain north of Albany had to go somewhere. The Flint riverbed could not contain the large volume of water, so it rushed over the riverbank and headed towards homes and businesses. Albany was cut in half as the water rose higher and higher, closing roads and highways. Places were evacuated, sandbag walls were being built to prevent even more damage from the rushing water. As the water continued to rise, people scrambled to handle this emergency that no one was prepared for. By July 7, 1994, the Flint River rose to 41 feet, 21 feet above the flood stage. With so much water, caskets were unearthed and Albany was a mess.
When the water was coming into the yard, in the backyard, it still didn't really strike us that we were going to flood. My son went to work the next morning. We had stayed there part of the night, packing up stuff and doing stuff, and he called and said the water was up to the windows already. It was pretty upsetting. We all got dressed and got in our cars and came down, and a lot of the neighbors were at the top of the hill looking down at our homes that were flooding. It was unbelievable. Words really can't describe how you feel.
As Tropical Storm Alberto came ashore and stalled, the rest is history. The raging waters changed lives forever. The Flint, the Kitchafoonie, and the Muckalee had done its worst, but Albany survived the worst and prepared for what was to come. Years of cleanup.
They put out their best forecast that we can for the rainfall. Now with a tropical storm, you're kind of caught in between. You don't know whether it's going to stall, like Alberto did, or whether some extraordinary banding is going to set up like it did in Venice and hammer one particular basin over and over and over again. I think we're very proactive, and I think we're very attuned to what Mother Nature is getting ready to throw at us. It's not until we actually get into the event and we start to see where the accumulations are specifically, which basin it's going to go into. And that's about the best we can do at this point.
For what we've been through, and then seeing it can come back, and it's not a 500-year thing, that if they do say there's going to be flooding, everybody in Albany pays attention to what the Flint River's doing.
You know, if they have something that needs to be heard, well, I'm heeding to that.
It's always worth the investment to try to find some way to mitigate flooding.
EMA and other officials have found new ways to prepare citizens in the event that mitigation can't be prevented. Inundation maps were developed as a result of these floods and help in predicting different flood stages. When flooding and severe weather is imminent, the National Weather Service will send out a warning to residents through a program called Code Red. With improvements like these, we as a community can become aware and educated on the potential dangers earlier, are able to make better preparations, and still have time to get to safety. As a result, more lives are saved and less recovery is necessary after an impending potential for devastation. To connect to more information on flood safety, visit our website mysouthwestga.com. KERRI COPELLO, Fox 31 News.